foreclosures bloodbath deepens as banks seize 40,000 homes in just 1 month, and the pain is only beginning. 40,000 in 1 month. Let's see what Tom's got to say about this. With the number of Americans losing their homes to banks rising for an 11th straight month, it's clear the housing crisis is getting worse rather than better. U.S. foreclosure activity jumped again in January 2026 with a total of 40,534 properties facing foreclosure filings, a 32% increase from the same time last year. Foreclosure filing cover every stage of the process, from the moment a lender issued a legal warning to the point a home is formally seized after missed mortgage payments. While the total was slightly lower than December, January still marked the 11th straight month a rising year-over-year foreclosure activity, a clear sign the pressure is building, not easing. He said foreclosure starts. Foreclosure rising across the board, said Rob Barber, CEO of Adam. He said foreclosure starts when lenders formally begin the process of taking back a home, are up 26%, while completed repos have surged nearly 59%. Tom.
So I've been talking about this year that this K-shaped economy we're in and what's happening with the consumer. When I talk about 1.26, we're almost at 1.3 trillion of credit card debt. That is stress on the consumer. That means he can't pay for other things. And when core things have not come back down, remember, inflation rate is now moderated. It's not rising anymore, but the prices from yesteryear are still very high in baskets of goods for the consumer. And so now the consumer is coming to the point, especially those, remember, this is repossessions of homes. This isn't renters. These are homeowners. Homeowners that can no longer pay the mortgage, and you look year over year, the foreclosures are up. Foreclosure is like the final late notice. Vinny, you're 30 days late. You're 60 days late. You're 90 days late. Vinny, we're officially in foreclosure. We're foreclosing. In other words, we're going to shut down your mortgage. Then what happens to repossession? The repossession is up almost 60%. Jeez. This is a sign of deep stress in the lowest, in the lower, and if you dive into these numbers, Pat, it's actually happening to the lower half of the middle class. And the lower half of the middle class are the wage earners that have less savings and less margin for error, less ability to get through a stress, and that's what's happening right now. You've got the lower half, Pat, is under deep stress. And remember, these are trailing stats. It takes, in some states, almost 6 months to complete a repo. So that means, Pat, these consumers have been under the stress for 6 months from miss 1, miss 2, miss 3, foreclosure, and then repo. The stress is building.
Is there any fixing it, Tommy? Like what can
you need patterns I want to see is what areas this is impacting. Is it because whenever you get numbers like this, you want to make sure you see where it is. Okay, so I just looked it up right now. Top 10 areas most affected by foreclosures. Okay, worst state is Delaware, 1,612 units.
Wow.
Second, by the way, who the hell would have thought Delaware? What is Delaware's population? If it's 1,612 units and it's Delaware's population is what? Where is Delaware in population, period? 1 million
This
people.
is like from
So what is the state with the least amount of population? What is the state with the least amount of people
I
living
thought it was
there?
North Dakota.
somewhere in the
Alaska.
freezing
Can you ask it?
northern
State
Midwest.
with least amount of population.
Wherever it is, it's cold.
Montana.
But the
I know
point is,
Wyoming.
Been there, lived there.
go back to see who else is after Wyoming, Rob. Go a little bit lower, show more. Who's after Wyoming?
my last
Vermont and Alaska.
Vermont.
Okay. Well, Delaware has
Basically,
to be a
when
top
it's
5.
cold and north, nobody wants to be there.
But to be number one
Yeah.
and you're one of the smallest states, that means this is Delaware.
Okay.
Then you got Nevada so Delaware was 1 per 1,612 units. Nevada is 1 per 1,983 units. Florida's 1 per 2,000. Then it goes to South Carolina. Then it goes Maryland. And then, these are the ones that are most affected. Metro area, like if we go specific metro, not state, Trenton, Jersey is number 1. Punta Gorda is Florida. Florida is number 2.
That's Jacksonville.
Fayette, how do you pronounce it? Fayetteville, North Carolina is number 3. Then you got Lakeland, Florida, Vallejo, California. Areas least affected, okay? Dakota, Montana, North Dakota, Wisconsin, Kansas, Vermont's all the way at the top, very low foreclosures. West Virginia, Alaska, Rhode Island, Nebraska. So what this means is places that are being affected are, we're learning some of the states that are being affected by this. When California went through the whole NAGAM thing, remember what city and area everybody was talking about in California?
San Bernardino, where they built the excess homes and all the
Riverside.
Nina loans.
Right, Riverside, 64% of homes were in foreclosure. Vinny, you would drive in Riverside, and all you would see is boards and houses. It was insane what happened. Looked like a desert. But we'll see what happened with this as it gets more focused in certain areas.
Want me to go?
Yeah.
Yeah, I mean, look, you know where I stand on owning a home. But if you're going to do it, be ready to stay in your home, because 100% of foreclosures happen to people with mortgages. You know, you stop paying your rent, they kick you out, you're out of there. So if you stop paying your mortgage, the bank will basically start the legal process to take their house back, and then they're going to sell it to get money, and usually takes 6 to 12 months. So if you're not ready to buy a home, this is what I always say. People think I'm against home ownership because I say to rent. Only do it if you're fully ready to commit to this, because the last thing you want to do is get fed a bunch of lies. You got to own a home. You got to own a home. If you're renting, you're throwing away money, and then you get a home, and then you're in it for 2 years, and then the bank gets it back. So this is why, tell me if you've ever heard this before, you're not really a homeowner, you're a mortgage holder. The catch is you can become a homeowner if you position yourself correctly, save that money and invest the money correctly. But a lot of people own a home or buy a home before they're ready. And unfortunately, if you want to follow data, the bank just seized 40,000 homes this month, and the pain is only beginning. So be careful out there if you're a homeowner, and make sure to pay your mortgage or it's going to be gone.
Yeah, I would say when you're buying a property, we had this conversation yesterday. One of my guys that wants to buy a house, I said, after you pay the down payment, do you have 12 months of expenses saved? No, don't do it. Very simple. If you don't have it, when you buy a property, you think you have nothing else to fix? You don't think about the expenses that you're not thinking about. Buying a house comes with additional expenses as well.
A new Faith Over Fear hat is coming soon to a theater near you, but I just wanted to say, this morning I was listening to Billy Graham, which, Pat, you told me to listen to him. You're like, Vinny, dive in and listen to him. So I'm getting ready in the morning. I'm just listening to Billy Graham, and he said something that I hadn't heard in a while, and it was the Apostle Thomas. When Jesus rose from the dead, Thomas wasn't there to see the resurrection. So Thomas goes, I'll believe that he rose if I get to put my hands in his wounds and in his side. So then he finally sees Jesus, and he goes in there. He goes, God, Thomas, God, put your hands in here. And Jesus looks at him and goes, because you have seen me, you believe. Blessed of those who haven't seen me and still believe it. In that moment, Tom, it hit me. He's talking about us. Okay, we weren't there. We didn't see Jesus walk. We didn't see him die. We didn't see him rise from the dead, but we believe, and that is faith in real time. And he's talking about us. And the last one, you mentioned the story about the Nigeria that we're sending 200 troops. Trump is sending 200 troops. They're saying they're not going to do anything crazy, but think about that. Think about the priests. Think about the parishioners in those churches that were bombed and murdered and slaughtered, and they were in that church praying and saying, please help. That is faith over fear in real time. And that's what we're about. That's what the brand is about. And I can't tell you how many people see me with the shirt, because the shirt's on the back, and just tap me on the back and go, I'm with you. Or they see this hat and they go, where can I get that hat? So you can go on vtmerch.com, get the hat. We have the hoodies. We have Here Am I, Send Me, which is Isaiah chapter 6, verse 8 as well. But yeah, just go to vtmerch.com and pick it up.
If you enjoyed this video, you want to watch more videos like this, click here. And if you want to watch the entire podcast, click here.